Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Here in Kenya, we have a lot of rain. It's a heavy rain since yesterday night until now, still raining. It is now almost 6 p.m. in Kenya. We have a rain since around, it started around, what time was it? It's almost 1 hour. It's just raining. Now I want to talk about the succession. I can see so many people buying lands, so many people developing. But about the succession, I think most of the people doesn't know about the succession. These are lands which our parents or our grandparents, grandparents, some of them left. Some of them are our fathers, mothers now, or our brothers. So you want to buy a land of the deceased, somebody who is not there, who has God has already taken him or her. So this kind of land, sometimes you can go to the lands, you found only a number, because the owners did not change the name, the owner did not change the land to be with the landowner. The owners have not done anything with that land. It's just a number. These lands with only numbers is not easy to buy, and it's not good to buy them. I'm not saying that they are bad lands or wherever. No, they are not your land. You cannot buy a land with just a number. Those lands with the number is not the owner. So if you found this kind of lands, you reach in a point where you just found a land with a number, and the owner have already gone or pie. Let me say it that way. So what you can do first is for you to start from the owner who is not there. The title, to look for the owner with the name of the person who is not there, the seed which is not there. You start looking for a title from there. From there is when the title, you can again look for the person who who is having that land. The third now is when you can get the land on your name. It is a long process. Let me repeat again. If you found a land, or you see some of the lands, I'm seeing people are selling lands in rural areas, especially in rural. Rural areas are very tricky to buy land. People has to be careful, especially the foreigners. Even me now, for example, if I'm from Kisumu, in Kisumu, I want to go and buy a land in, for example, in Bungoma or Kakamega, or I want to go to buy the land in Migori, or I want to go to buy a land in Nyeri. That means I'm a foreigner in that place, in that area. I'm still a foreigner. What you do first, you don't buy a land with a number. You have to buy, what I can help you with is to buy a land with a title. Look for a land with a title. It is easy. You will change your name. You go to the lands, you do the requirement, you call the chiefs, ABC, and you will do the requirements. If you get a land which is having only a number, for example, the owner is not there, it's only the children who has the land, and the children want to sell this land, you cannot buy a land through the children. Or you cannot buy a land if, for example, one parent, you cannot buy that land through the mother. What you do is you can go back, you tell the owners of the land to go and start looking for a title for the owner of the land, even if it's their father or their mother, to look for the title through that name of their mother. After that, they can turn the land to one of the siblings. If they can agree together, one of the siblings to have in the name on the title, like a guarantee. After that, you are a buyer. You have to go if you want that land. So those siblings can give you what? That title. You go and do the search. You go and do wherever you do everything. Is when you can buy that land. Nobody can lie to you that just buy a land with a number because the land is there, the land is in rural. Those are successions land. Those are ancestral lands. Those are, how do you call it? They are lands for the assets for that family. You cannot own that land, even if what happened, you cannot own that land. In rural, it's different with the city. What we do in the city, same, you can still not buy a land which doesn't have a paper. It has to have a paper. You have to have a paper. It's when you can buy that land. So the succession is more expensive than anything. And to do the succession, I'm doing one which is normally it has taken me more than, I think, 2 to 3 years now. Now I think this is the last time, because now I'm waiting for my title through the lands. So don't buy a land. Some people will lie to you. Go and buy a land. Oh, we have a chief. We have we call them Nyumba Kumi in Kenya here. We have those people. You have to call the neighbors to become witness. You have to call the area, I think it's the area, like an area elders, to come and witness that you are buying a land. When a problem will happen to that land, or you will have a problem in that land, believe me, 100%, there are few people who agree to go to court. Very few. Almost 4% will agree to go to court. They normally don't agree if you have a problem with the land. And tell me, nobody, let me tell you, nobody, you cannot say that you have bought a land through the chief. That is no. You can't buy a land because chief is there. Chief is just there. I cannot say that chief is bad. Chief is a person who just verify that we have a visitor in the village. He has bought a land. She has bought a land somewhere there. She is here. I've witnessed she's there. There is no money for the land you pay in front of the chief. No. All the money you pay through your lawyer and to the bank of that person. I've never seen somebody paying a chief money for the land that he or she is a witness. Chief is just to be there to verify, to agree between you and you. That's all. And never buy a land if you don't have a lawyer. Never ever buy a land if you don't have a lawyer. Do everything through the lawyer, not the chief. Do everything through the lawyer. Lawyer will help you with everything. The chief is there just to witness that you are buying a land. That's all. There's no work with the chief between you and the chief and the land and the landowner. So my point here is I wanted to talk about that we don't normally buy lands which are just with a number, which they don't have a title deed. the honors passed by long time ago. Now you want to buy that land through your name. There is a process. We have a process to do that. And the process is not something easy as some people are thinking. I've done one, and that one, I'm the one who stand for the succession because I saw the family could have not afford to do everything, but I did for them until I removed the succession from them. I turned the succession to my name. Now the papers are all still in the land's office. So sometimes I see some people, like my friend here bought a land. I have a friend here bought a land just here in Nairobi. And then he went and bought another land in the rural. When he reached in the rural, he bought a very big land through the chief and the elders. That is the 2019. That land, the way he bought the land was succession. Okay, the land was having a title for their mother, in the name of their mother. But they have not changed the name to the siblings or one of the siblings or one the guarantor or in the family. So this guy just bought it and take that title and now keep quiet. The children grow, some of the small children grow. They were young by then, now they are over 18. They were under 18, now they are over 18. Now they start claiming the land. This is our land. Oh, this is our land. Oh, this is my mother's land. We have not sold the land. You are the first person you have the only one brother sold the land. And all the signatures are not there. Only one person. That land, they will take it back. It is an ancestral land. It is not your land. It is not land for one person. Village land is not a land for one person. Okay, here in town, Nairobi, wherever, you can buy a land through the government, through somebody, which is okay. But a rural land, ancestral land, for my parents, my grandmothers and fathers, that land, you will return it, whether you like it or no. If you don't do a thoroughly checkup of that land, you will return that land. If you want to buy a land of somebody who has pie, believe me, you are buying a land of somebody who is not there. This land is not even for these children. This land belongs to their fathers. This land belongs to their grandmothers. So if you buy a land for the person who is alive and he has given you a title deed of somebody who are pie, trust me, you have to be very careful and you have to follow the procedure. That is now the point where you have to look for a lawyer. That is the point now the lawyer is coming in. But any land you are buying, any land, let me tell you people, any land somebody is buying, you have to involve the lawyer. You have to involve the lawyer. Don't cry. Sometimes you will cry. You will really cry. You will lose the money and you don't know how you have lost the money because of these rural lands. It is very tricky. So what I wanted to tell you people, my subscriber, land is good. It's good somebody to have a land. If you people, you don't have a land, it is good to have a house, to buy a house. It is good to buy something which you feel like you want to buy, where you want to live for the rest of your life. Like some of us, Our parents did not leave us with anything. As a woman, I cannot go and build at my father's home. I don't think there is an African woman who can go and build at their maybe, I don't know, but I've never had it. According to my culture, to me, I've never had a woman is going back to build in the fence of their where the father or the mother is. I cannot go there. Me, I have to buy a land somewhere there or where I'm married. That is my home. And if I don't want to build there, I can buy a land anywhere, very far from our home. That is what we can do. That is my culture. For today, I will not talk much. I just want you to like my video, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much.